Ness developed the alone method, ALONE, which we will explain further. She developed that method after experiencing separation anxiety firsthand with her Rottweiler, Maya. She's a sought after speaker who has presented at the Keynote conference. Keynote stands for Kindness is Essential, Not Optional. The Dunbar's Out of Control Summit and the Healing Vets Anxiety Summit. And she's also now at, in another conference which we'll talk to you about. So you can also watch her there. A new one coming up. She has written for multiple dog publications, has her own podcast, Separation Anxiety in Dogs Decoded podcast with Ness Jones, which we will put out here during the interview so you know how to get in touch with her, and was previously co-host of the podcast Tales from the Doghouse, Separation Anxiety Explained. Ness has just come out with her brand new book, Please Don't Go, A Holistic Approach to Resolving Separation Anxiety in Dogs, and we will also publish here, print out here, how to get her book. Now, thank you, Ness. I watched several of your interviews and I really said, OMG, I watched you over the summer and I was like, where were you a few Christmases ago when I was alone with a little doggy that my daughter left with me, and I was alone in the house with this amazing dog. Now, there's a difference. I live in Hong Kong with 6 dogs, so they have each other. But I was somewhere else in Canada, and I had this little adorable Maltipoo, and for a couple of months, not realizing that he did not like to be left alone in the house. But I didn't have a choice. We needed food, and the supermarkets were short of delivery staff, so once in a while I had to go out and get food, and the crying was heartbreaking. Each time I went to the grocery store, I said, no, I'm going to buy enough for a month, but that doesn't happen with fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff. So it was very painful. And I know here in Asia and all over the world, this generation of the Gen Zs and the millennials, and I'm seeing it a lot here where I live. It's only in the past 8 to 10 years, that this huge burst, this growth of pet lovers that have now, they've appeared. And everywhere I go since the last 8 there's pets everywhere. But what's happening now is this generation that love their pets so much, they are both working parents. And usually they have to leave their pet alone in the house. They have to travel for work. They want to travel to visit their family. They want to go on holidays, and every day they're going to work. So what's happening now is, this is what I'm hearing, pets are being less adopted. And one of the main reasons is not the vet bills, the cost, but one of the main reasons, they feel so sad to leave their pets alone at home. And this is when I heard you speak and I said, wow, Ness, if only, I had known this and beforehand, and I know this is a very, very important topic, and I didn't know there was an expert out there for this. So thank you. I approached you and you were so kind enough to say, oh yes, this is important and I want to do it to help all the pet parents. So thank you very much for being here.
No, thank you. Thank you, Nita. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you for what you're doing as well.
Yeah, it's important, because it's painful for the pet, it's painful for the parent. And so there are amazing tips you've given us. And obviously, I think what you're going to give us again are huge tips that we can go by. That's already, a starting point. But I think watching your interviews, your podcast, and I think specifically reading your book, that's going to solve it. That's going to, any doubt anyone has. So I'd like to start off with a question.
Mhm.
What are the common signs of a dog suffering from separation anxiety? What are
Yeah.
the things?
I think before I answer that, it's important to, like, everybody understands or has heard of separation anxiety, but that's not actually the correct term. It's just the one that most people understand. So the correct term is separation related behavior or separation related distress. Because if we say separation related behavior, it sort of says that not everything is based on anxiety. It could be something else. But some of the common things that we see are or for me, I feel that barking, howling, crying, whining are probably the most common that we see, the behaviors in dogs. Then you've got dogs that destroy things. So it could be the couch, it could be electronic devices, it could be around exit points.